level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad if you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form. It's like there's no reason to look back, and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself, if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem, is if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything from sobriety, addiction, depression, anxiety, balance in life. My name is Kyle Gray. We are live once a week, every Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The chat is to my left, this way, screen left, but my right. You guys can talk about whatever you want in here. This is an open dialogue to talk about absolutely anything, judgment-free. Let's get into it. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing good, or hopefully everybody's going through some stuff, because I know that these times are hard. We're in a pandemic. The economy is not the best. We just went through a really, really wild political time we're still in. The country is in a lot of disarray at the moment. So there's a lot of things that can weigh heavy on your heart, on your mind, on your day-to-day life. So even if you're going through something, it's something to be grateful for, because you're going to come out of it learning something. You're going to come out of it with some sort of growth. So even if you are going through a hardship in your life, sometimes it's important to practice gratitude for that hardship. But yeah, how's everybody doing? I haven't seen the new Avalanche jerseys. Are they dope? Oh, also, I'm back in the studio. I'm not doing this from the road. So I got back from King of the Dot Grand Prix's 8-week tournament on the road. It was the longest and biggest. I'm going to sneeze. I'm trying not to. Okay, it was the longest and biggest battle rap tour of all time. Myself and Clayton were on the road for 8 weeks straight. We dedicated our lives to the Grand Prix, literally for 2 months solid. I got back last week, and also it was my birthday last week too, so I turned 36. Getting old. Salute to Egypt. What's up, Ahmed? How's it going? Effect, how you doing? And yeah. I think some interesting things to talk about is after you come back from a trip like that, where there's a lot of social stimulation, you get like this like inherent crash, basically, where it's like you're like boom on the go all the time, stuff to do, people to see, people talking to, like, you know, going live all the time, and then you come back and there's like nothing really here. You know, I'm also single too, so you know I came back to like an empty house, which is like, it was actually very good for me, because I definitely wanted to be alone for quite some time. But it is not easy at times also. And yeah, so it's interesting to kind of analyze that, right? Like the highs and the lows, and just how you're supposed to, you got to go through them. You got to feel them. You got to feel all the emotions and let them pass through you. Me, myself, I'm great. I don't need to talk about anything, but I just want to say that I appreciate what you do. Some people really need it. Keep it up, Abo. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Derek, what's up, man? What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing great this evening. How's life treating you? Happy belated birthday, Derek. Thank you. Appreciate that. Life's going pretty good. I had a really, really good experience today. Like a fucking wonderful experience that I'm really, really grateful for. But at the same time, it was like so good that it definitely like is bittersweet, because I won't be able to have those experiences with that person all the time. If not, you know, I'll see this one person every now and then, and it really sucks that it can't be what I want it to be. So I'm kind of just going through that right now. So that's where I'm at. Cleon, what's up? You can see yourself working with URL again? Of course. I'm actually going to be uploading some stuff to YouTube for them pretty soon. So me and you are all cool. We've always been cool despite the narratives that everybody paints. They were like one of my biggest and best clients. I have a great relationship with them. Yeah. You have no distractions now. You got to feel it. That's true, Desi. That's really, really true. Did your diet turn bad on the road, or did you try hard to stay eating healthy? Once again, great work on the Grand Prix. Swervin', what was it, a foursome? No. Yeah, Swervin' Centaur. Yeah, my diet was okay on the road. I definitely went out of my way to try to eat healthy, but it's literally impossible at times. And also, when you're on the road, like there's just times that you don't feel like eating healthy. You're just like, it's easier to eat bad. And also when you're visiting new cities, you kind of have to eat bad because you're like, I'm never in this place before. I'm in New York. I want to eat pizza. I'm in this place. I want to eat bad. I'm like, after, like, you want to go out and experience the food. So I definitely gained some weight on the road for sure. And I didn't work out as much as I wanted to. I definitely tried to work out as much as possible. Like the first day we were driving out there and I literally pulled over on the side of the road and worked out on the side of the road, on the side of the highway. I was doing push-ups on the fucking highway. I felt like a badass. But yeah, like I definitely like fell off hella hard and I'm trying to get back up there. If you have more watches in the vault, I will drop them. I will be dropping a watch tomorrow or the next day with me and Hollow watching Loaded Hollows and Tay-Rock and Chess. But watch is going to be back, man. I'm sorry it's taken so long to be fucking just completely transparent and honest with you guys. I think a lot of people are very not eager to get back on watch because the climate of me is not the best in the moment in battle rap community. People call me racist every chance they get still. People see somebody wearing my hoodie and they like they get mad at people. So a lot of people don't want that backlash. And you even see when I started this live, I had to ban this guy who's constantly coming in these ruined hours and trying to like just be inflammatory. And you know, while I'm open to having the conversations about the subject matter at hand, I don't have patience for that anymore. I don't have patience for the inflammatory statements and just the hatred. It's like beyond what, in my opinion, I think I deserve in this community that I've given 13 years of my life to. And I'm just not going to adhere to that. Why would I want to spend my time around people that do that to me at all? So basically, I took a back step off social media. And I think I'm going to stay there. I actually was meaning to post this link in there, but yeah, it's been a nice to take a little pause on social media, but watches will come back. I'm hopefully going to do a watch very soon, if not tomorrow or the next day. And I want to get back to doing them like at least once a week. All right, Desi, good to see you in here. Nah, I saw the Sue Surf joke. I'm a fan of Surf though. I love Surf. He's awesome. Positive vibes. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I was let go of my job on Friday, which sucks, but I'm going to spend the rest of the year building my skills for a comeback. Yo, that's a great attitude to have, man. Like, that is literally looking at the cup halfway full. I love that attitude, man. That's fucking great because you're literally taking something that could be like a paralyzing negative and being like, you know what? That didn't work out. I'm gonna work hard at this and come back bigger and better. It's the same thing as if you try to run a marathon and you're not quite there yet. You go train harder to get back and do it better than you did last time. That's how you run an extra mile. That's how you lift more weight, get more fit, get smarter, read another book. You just gotta try and put effort into it. So I love that attitude, man. Congrats on that. The attack on you for being racist by being racist. Woody Loco. The attack on, a mistake I made 6 years ago and basically attributing somebody's entire character to one mistake they made. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, I think that's a problem with mob mentality nowadays. And I feel like battle rap is the main sufferer of that because I'm in that community of people. Basically attaching one instance to somebody's overall arcing human experience to me is not only unfair, but it's so unreasonable because we have all made mistakes in this world. Every single one of these people in the chat has made a mistake. And to say that, nah, you fucked up, you're this forever, to me is not only heavy-handed, but just wrong. And how would you approach your brother? How would you approach your friend like that? And I don't think that was given at all. So I think the people that are still harping on it honestly have like pretty low emotional intelligence and aren't willing to actually have a real conversation about it. They just want to be mad. And I understand that. There's a lot to be mad about in this country. and in this world, so I get it. But at the same time, I'm not going to subject myself to that anger and be the brunt of all these bad things just to be that to other people at all. I'll have the conversation with you if you want to talk about what actually happened and how you feel about it. I'll listen to it. But just coming in and saying you're racist does nothing to that narrative of racism or even to me. It's just enforcing your inherent want to be mad. So it goes nowhere. Honestly, don't feel like you should shy away from the negative. Honestly, it'll never stop. I am not shying away from the negative, though. That's the thing. It's like I've literally gone above and beyond to talk to everybody about this. I was literally like went out of my way to go to St. Louis to try to talk to Verb face to face, and he just ignored my DM. So, like, I've pretty much done almost everything I can think of at this moment. Like, but what I'm not going to do is just subject myself to people just being inflammatory, because like I said, that doesn't do anything. Man, I'm concerned there may not be a regular Thanksgiving get-together for my family this year. I hope this is not the case. Positive vibes. I'm in the same boat, man. I haven't seen my family in over a year because of the COVID. So I feel that, man. Love you, Avo, you, Geechee Cow, Twerk are my favorite people in the culture. I don't know y'all off the screen, but it feels real. I've been following you for a while now, and I've enjoyed the journey. Germ, thank you. I appreciate that. Effect. Lately dealing with accepting the inevitable death of happening to my loved ones, the fear of losing my parents. What are some outlooks that keep you guys positive? I try to appreciate each day. Effect. Practicing gratitude for each day is a good thing that I've been doing to like, you know, when I feel like really negative about things, like when I'm like, oh, I'm like still in love with my ex-girlfriend that like we'll never be together, or like I'm going through heartbreak after 2.5 years, like stuff like that. I try to practice gratitude for the good things in my life. The fact that I'm doing what I love for a living. The fact that I can talk to you guys about anything right now and it's judgment free. I've created this platform. The fact that I live in an amazing city. I can have whatever I want at my fingertips. Like, the fact that I'm breathing. The fact that I can walk. I have my health. Things like that. That's something that I kind of practice a lot in terms of gratitude. Sean 3K, all your videos gave me refuge in a rough time, and so is Battle Rap in general. Thanks for everything you do. You're the GOAT. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Aside from not having patience for inflammatory comments, has the time of the road changed your perspective on the matter? Alfredo, yeah, I mean, I guess it has. Like, honestly, when it first happened, it felt very soul-crushing to feel like so many people that I really care about hate me. And I do feel like that. And I felt like a bad guy, like everywhere. I felt like walking outside that people just hated me. I'm like, God damn, fucking everybody hates me right now. And that feels horrible. It feels like very bad. And I'm not saying I disagreed with the anger or any response. I'm just strictly saying how I felt. Now how I feel is a lot different, because when I go to these different cities and I meet people in person and they can talk to me, it's a lot different than people like anonymous. God, I cannot talk today. Anonymously sitting behind a keyboard, being able to say whatever they want with no real dialogue, discourse back and forth. So me talking to people one-on-one, even with people that did have a problem with what went on and would tell me, hey, you need to make this right. I met one battle rapper that I've never met before that I was a big fan of. And I said, hey, man, I won't mention him by name. I was like, nice to meet you. I'm a big fan. I'm Avocado. He's like, hey, as a black man, you need to make this right. And I said, I'll try. I'll do my best. Respect. And that was it. And to me, that to me is more of a healthy dialogue and discourse than somebody just being like, nah, fuck you, you're racist. Like, to me, that does nothing. Or, I mean, I know it's not about me, but even to them, what does that do for you? Like, just discounting somebody, the whole purpose is to have a discourse and to incite change and to incite an actual dialogue about these issues that are wrong, right? So I think, like, just being on the road and kind of, like, seeing people in person, talking to people one-on-one, definitely changed my perspective of it a lot. And it made me less, like, kind of apprehensive about my future in battle rap, and it made me less worried about the people that are still mad, because the people that are still angry, there's something else there. Because I will tell you that the people that, like, for example, DNA has done multiple blogs about me, has had me in multiple, he made a whole round about me, which was interesting. I've texted DNA. He hasn't hit me back. So the irony that I thought that was so interesting is that he's making these videos about how he's mad about the battle rap community going after him about the Biden endorsement, which I thought was cool. I thought that was a really cool thing. I actually tweeted it out with the hashtag vote. I'm not endorsing Biden or anything like that. I just think it's cool to stand up for what you believe in. Like, and using battle rap on such a big stage was fucking dope to me. I thought it was really too cool. But the irony, I thought, was DNA expressing how he didn't like how people in the community went after him for doing things like the ESPN commercial, the Biden commercial, and making blogs about it instead of just hitting him up directly. And then that's exactly what he's doing with me. He's doing all these blogs, all these battle rap rounds when I'm texting you, literally, like, hey, I want to apologize. I know that seeing my actions in this video definitely made you feel a type of way. Let's talk about it. I want to apologize to you. No answer. So to me, a person that's not open to the discourse is to me that they're just not interested in it. So it doesn't bother me as much anymore. So, all right. I ignored this chat too long. Alrighty. What does it mean to be human? Man, that is a big, big question. Consciousness. What does it mean to be conscious? I have this new job that I work on the road and stay in hotels like 85% of the year, struggling with weight, eating, and drinking. Any advice? I would say go to a grocery store. You can get food for the day easily. You can get like salads. There's also very healthy microwavable food in most grocery stores, like these like bowls that is essentially just like brown rice, chicken, broccoli, things like that. Drink a lot of water. Drink a gallon of water a day. And you can do workouts also in the hotel gym if they have them, or if it's closed, you can do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, stuff like that in your hotel room. That's actually what I did the whole time I was on the road. This is a beautiful platform you created, brother. Peace and love to you. I admire the growth and aspiration to continue to grow. Timothy, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I just got out of the military after 4 years. You realize every positive thing you do has a negative behind it that pushed you. So Sheridan, did you have an issue transitioning from military to civilian? Because I know that's a big thing people go through when exiting the military. Johnny, good to see you in here, bro. Appreciate you, Kyle, for continuing to push and help people through hard times. Man, how are you doing? How's life? You still in the Springs? Good to see you out here, man. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Burning Stew, appreciate it. Super interesting that being heated a Biden ad. Yeah, even if you think Biden is better alternative to Trump, he has an ugly history. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely not like condoning or supporting Biden, but I think it was definitely. I appreciate people just doing more with their craft. You know, I thought it was just weird that so many people went at him, but then again, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the mob mentality of our culture right now is super, super toxic. It's basically fueled on knee-jerk responses, knee-jerk emotional responses. Like, how many times when you get hella mad on the internet do you sit back and just think and like look at yourself and be like, I need to critically think about how I'm feeling right now for fucking even a minute. Just do that for a minute. I guarantee you won't do what you were gonna do before. Because nothing in your emotional capacity elicits an action. Nothing. No matter how angry you are over something, you don't need to act. You don't need to do anything. So sitting back and thinking about things is so advantageous, especially in this age of mob mentality, which basically is what social media has turned into now. What's going on with the vid quality? I have no idea. Is it not good for you? Establish your set point, turning a deep sense of values and purpose into a touchstone that will keep your feet in the sand and your eyes in the goal. Damn, that's fucking good advice right there. Focus on the present moment. Hell yeah, I'm working out in my room as I listen to this stream. Fuck yeah, dude. What are you doing? Yo, Unique, what up? Good to see you in here. What's the editing program? I use Adobe Premiere. Staying on track on the road is hella hard. It is. Just want to say I've been dieting for 2 months and working out every day and lost a lot of weight and feel better. Fuck yeah, Daniel. I commented on here about 3 months ago complaining about my ex and weight. Thank you. Daniel, fuck yeah, dude. Salute to the progress. That's fucking incredible, man. I need to fucking lose a bunch of weight myself. All this road weight. Probably could start with me eating healthier. Like last night I fucking killed a bunch of goddamn cookies. And there's like literally, I'm talking shit about this. There's literally a fucking pizza box right here, guys. Look at this shit. I'm such a fraud. I need to just eat better. I had pizza for my birthday. It sucks. Clickbait memes is devolving people. The will and desire to elevate yourself is rare. Definitely, Keith. Everybody wants that immediate satisfaction. Sheridan, yes, sir. I've had a huge trouble transitioning from military to civilian, and I'm still adjusting, but learning how it works out in the real world. But the brotherhood I was a part of is gone now. Sheridan, you still have those connections with the people in the military, right? You can still like talk to them. I have a close friend who transitioned out of the military, and he said the same thing. He was like, it was shocking transitioning to being a civilian. I'm not still racist. Are you emotionally intelligent? I think is the better question. Probably not, considering you're a pickless profile with a 1-letter account. I'd be willing to bet you're not really a person either. Plan your meals and healthy snacks, even if it's day by day, because when you're hungry and need food last minute, you'll eat whatever to claim your hunger. That's good fucking advice. Also, don't even buy stuff that's bad for you, because I come to that habit. Like I'll go to Whole Foods and I'll shop so healthy and get tons of like fucking vegetables, like just the healthiest of the healthy fruit. And then I'll get to the chip aisle or something and be like, fuck it, I'll get some chips. And what do I eat at the end of the night? It's the fucking chips. It's like the shit that's not good for you. You're not eating broccoli at the end of the night, you know? So I would just say try as hard as you can to not just get junk food. Just don't even buy it. With social media today, people can't have an opinion without somebody getting angry and trying to be rude with people instead of debating with them. Social media is just cancer nowadays. Yeah, exactly. Like people aren't really down with hearing another person's perspective without just getting angry. Like immediately just getting like, no, fuck that, that's wrong. Fuck you, fuck that opinion, get out of here. You're not in the same groove as me. You're not in the same political party as me. You don't abide by these. Fuck you. Like that whole shit to me is so dangerous because you don't have any questioning of your own values and beliefs ever then. You just have this echo chamber of yes, 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 yes. Like, I don't know. To me, it just feels like I'm guilty of it as well. I'm not going to say I'm fucking above that shit at all. Like I've done that for most of my life. I've been on Twitter for a really long time. I think I've been on Twitter since 2010 or 2011. So it's been a minute. But yeah, it's super dangerous for sure. Old boy Nick, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Bodyweight exercises, just simple squats, push-ups. I also use Premiere too. I'm a videographer. Fuck yeah. That's awesome, Levi. I do, every day I do 400 sit-ups, 400 push-ups, and 400 squats in a row. So you do 20, 20, 20, 20 times without stopping. And that's great cardio. It feels great. I did it today and I fucking struggled. Sheridan, but I push forward and keep doing whatever needs to be done, push past the negative, and you always find positive. Fuck yeah, dude. Just let the emotions go through you, man. Johnny, still in the 719, surviving this pandemic and quarantine currently. Someone at my job tested positive. My test came back negative. Well, fuck yeah, good job on that. But I'm staying in quarantine so my in-laws can come for Thanksgiving. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, that's amazing. I'm jealous of you for being able to see your in-laws. And I'm glad you don't have COVID, man. It's really good to see you in here. Ryan, yeah, I am firing on all pistons today, for sure. I'm trying to find out the vertical diet, and it's working great for me. Meal prep delivery has changed my game around for me big time. Awesome. That's good to hear about that. Hot Cheetos is my weakness, and pizza and ice cream. Yeah, pizza and ice cream is definitely my weakness. I've never done the hot Cheetos. I've never really gotten like the spicy chips. Trey, I'm not at the best I could be in my life, but I know I have it in my heart. I can do better and want to say I have been a big help. You have been a big help. Trey, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, also, man, like, you're right where you need to be in life. Like, I'm very guilty of having really, really high expectations of myself and beating myself up when I don't meet those. So most of the time, my internal voice is actually, like, very critical of me for most of my, like, time being awake. I'm just, like, ultra critical, like, oh, like, even today, it's like I worked out but I didn't do cardio, so it's like I'm like, well, I had a weak ass workout. Like, you didn't really work out because you didn't go out and run a couple miles. I actually talked about this in my therapy session the other day. So you saying that you're not the best you could be in my life, but I know I have it in my heart, I can do better. Just be kind to yourself, man. Be kind, because you are working on yourself, and it's not an immediate change to be the best version of yourself. There will never be that moment where you're like, I'm the best. I'm fucking Dr. Manhattan. I'm the best version. You know, there's never going to be that moment. There's always going to be mistakes and things that you're trying to get better at. Like, I make mistakes every fucking day. I did something today that I'm like feeling really good about that is probably going to make me feel fucking horrible for the next couple months. And I'll probably look back on it like, I don't know if I should have done that. But yeah, like, just keep trying, man, and be kind to yourself. Don't have those huge expectations. Who is your personal favorite battle rapper from the Scribble Jam era? Personally, to me, it's Franco. He might not objectively be his best, but his energy and cadence has me on the edge of the seat every time. Scribble Jam. I liked Swan when Swan was killing it. Thesaurus, of course. But like earlier days, I think Idea. I liked ADM for a while too. Mac Lethal, of course. He was the man. Man, I appreciate this stream so much. I'm a perfectionist too, man. I have big dreams, but we're blessed right now. Hell yeah. What's up, Blue? How's it going? Mansa Musa 2. Yeah, what are you typing? Why are you censoring out that word? Actually, let me just like ban you forever. Later. Loving yourself involves changing that inner voice, literally being kinder to yourself when you talk to yourself. Yeah, I totally agree with that. The problem, foods for me, is bread. Could just eat slice after slice, or biscuits. Cookie to you Americans. Yeah, man, me too. Bread is the fucking shit, especially sourdough. My lord! Get a loaf of sourdough in front of me, it's gone. It's fucking gone. When am I doing watches? Soon. Hopefully this week. Hopefully tomorrow or Friday. Obviously not this weekend because we're going to be doing the Grand Prix, but I'm looking forward to doing that. Looking forward to getting this shit back in motion. What's up, West Wizard? How's it going? Take responsibility, accountability. Becoming who you want to be is an inside job. Hell yeah. That's very true. I do like Hawaiian bread. Hawaiian bread is fucking really goddamn good. It's bread and it's also sweet. Me and Hollow are good. I haven't seen him in a while, but I also haven't seen like really anybody in a while, to be honest with you, since I've been on the road. And then, like I said, I think people are also kind of just like hesitant to get on camera with me a little bit, which is, it is what it is. You know, it's the climate of all this going on. But yeah. I want to ask you guys something. I want to ask your guys' advice because I was talking to somebody today about this, and I know we talked about this in Rune an Hour before. But what is your guys' thoughts on microdosing mushrooms for depression? It's not something I'm trying to do because I don't feel like I'm depressed, but somebody that's very close to me, she thinks that she's like clinically chemically depressed. It's not something that has to do with circumstance and environment. And she actually doesn't do any drugs, but she was thinking about microdosing mushrooms, because I've heard that there's great benefits to it in terms of helping depression and anxiety, which is two things she suffers from. But what is your guys' opinion on it? I'm curious about what you guys have heard about it. I've heard of it. I have some right now. They work wonders. Tell her to microdose just small amounts. Yeah, Levi. That's what I you'd recommend micro and macro. What's macro? It's supposed to have results, but needs to be done with a therapist or someone who knows how to direct your usage. Yeah, that's interesting. You mean like basically like be critical of the amount. Nothing but good things. It will help. It clears my head and focuses me. Of course, you're high, but it can change your perspective. Levi, so isn't it microdosing, though? You don't really feel high, though, right? You don't get the effects, I thought. Blue, yes, it will help 100%. It honestly depends with micro mushrooming for depression. I had buddies in the military afterwards that would do that, but it honestly depends on the person she is and how she can handle it. Natural is the way to go. I had really bad experience with microdosing psilocybin. You can have a psychotic break if you're not careful. Oh, wow. What does that mean? Psychotic break. Ziggy, I've had great experiences with micro. Try it and see. Everyone is different. Small dosage is just supposed to change your mood. Not really high, but it just has a mental clarity, I mean. Interesting. You do get the effects, like focus. I've heard positive benefits as well. I think it's a double-edged sword where it can possibly go both ways. What do you mean? Like what other way could it go, effect? Furthermore, there are tons of independent studies on it, and it's almost subjective in effects from what I've read. Some people can tolerate it more than most. She really needs a good therapist. So you're talking about you have to couple it with therapy? Why is that? Why do you have to couple it with therapy? I feel like you shouldn't have to depend on nothing but yourself, food and water, to all the addictive personalities. Trey, I would agree with you on that, but there are people that, like I said, that do have things like depression that won't get absolved with just our basic needs. It's something that you do need to clinically treat. And from my perspective, if I was somebody that did suffer from depression, I honestly would be a lot more open to putting something natural in my body, like mushrooms, rather than a pill. Because to me, a pill is like chemicals. It comes from a lab. I don't really know what it is. It seems very, very just like manufactured to me, where mushrooms is so much more connected to the universe we're in. It's from the earth. My life is great with my family, and I really have no reason to be depressed. But when I was diagnosed with MS, my doctor said that I can act differently because of the neurological effects of MS. And I think your germ, the rest of your comment got cut off. Not to be critical of amounts, I've heard you want a therapist to direct your thinking so it doesn't become self-destructive. Interesting. Because it can become self-destructive. How so? There's potential benefits, but I would never do it again due to the small risk. Oh, Listek. Interesting. That's the first time I've heard somebody say that. That's very interesting. Nature in your body is therapy. I have had a bad trip and not enjoy the experience. You need an expert. A psychotic break means you can have a mental break and have a lapse in sanity. Really? You can have that with microdosing? If it's done in a safe, secure manner, I think it can be done with a nasal spray as well. Wow, really? Personally, once there are more studies out, I'm all for meds and therapy and hopefully reducing your dependency on meds. Although there are some people who need meds. Silicon Valley computer programmers microdose LSD. Mushrooms are not nasal ingested. Hey Avo, what's up chat? Sorry I'm late. What's up Dangles? How you doing? Road trip was great. Thank you for asking, bro. It was awesome. You need someone who knows that she needs to check family history for psychological issues because it is messing with your brain chemicals. Interesting. Honestly, this is way more like in depth than I thought. Right, nature and your own human body is your own therapist. Small amounts and tap in. Anxiety is only the vessel realizing its vulnerability. I work in psych. MJ. Interesting. Oh, you're being a smartass with macro at word. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I've just heard a lot of good benefits from it, but being that it's a person that doesn't, she doesn't have an addictive personality, so that's something that I'm like, okay, this could work because a lot of people, honestly, like the people that I do know that have microdosed mushrooms, it's not for the reasons of trying to cope with depression. It's because they're trying to cope with depression, but they're trying to like escape life. Like not trying to be like, I just don't know what else to do for my depression. Because there are people out there that literally like their life is not in shambles. There's definitely like stress and inherent things that are bad. Bad, like not perfect. Like life is not supposed to be perfect, but there are things you can point at. But there are people that just suffer from depression because of them. It's like nothing else than them. And a lot of people go on antidepressants because of it. And I was just curious because it seems like microdosing could be a really positive thing. Yeah, totally. Taking it seriously, you're right. Tip, you're completely right. There are studies in Australia where they're moving forward with trials on shrooms. It's definitely worth a look. I had a lot of depression earlier this year from my roommate troubles and the channel spiraling and work getting crazy from the pandemic. Went to Washington and tried them for the first time. Felt calm. Damn, Ryan. That's fucking good to hear, dude. How do you feel now, man? How's life treating you now? Yeah, I heard that Oregon just approved psilocybin for therapeutic use. Psychotic break is super scary and dangerous, can be caused by all sorts of substances and doses, though rare with most things, more common with meth and extensive stimulants as well. There's also a study at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Maryland that are doing studies on psychedelics and treating depression from cancer with them. Billy, what's up? Hello, Avo. What advice do you have for someone with an addiction to porn? Speaking for myself, I know it's a problem and it's holding me back from reaching my full potential in life. Billy, being a sex addict myself, the number one thing you need to ask yourself if you're struggling with a porn addiction is my life unmanageable because of this? And if you're answering yes, then the first thing you need to do is just admit to yourself that you have a problem, which it sounds like you have. When I first started going to therapy for my sex addiction, the first thing my therapist told me is that you can't masturbate for 90 days. So basically, don't masturbate for 3 months. And then I started going to SAA, which is Sex Addicts Anonymous. It's like an Alcoholic Anonymous program, and it helped out a lot. And I honestly think if you just go to therapy alone, it will help out tremendously talking about it and just talk about reprogramming your libido. I know that staying off porn nowadays is fucking really difficult because a lot of us work from home. We work on computers. It is extremely hard to be off of that. So I would say therapy is the number one thing to start off with. Microdosing has a lot of benefits, but as with everything else is dangerous, a lot of folks would argue that Reckful killed herself from ceasing psilocybin use. Reckful. I've never heard of Reckful. If she has a history of schizophrenia or psychotic, she's a larger psychotic break. In other words, going insane. What about if her family has a history of schizophrenia? Not her. Because she doesn't, but her family does. Use mushrooms as a tool, like a screwdriver. If you're in construction, you got to switch to your hammer a level every now and then. So get what you can from the trip and keep building. I like that analogy. That's hella true. Tyrone, what's up? How you doing? Sir Shamgard, what's cracking? Highs and lows, getting better at putting things in perspective though and focus on what I can control and what can't. That's good, Ryan. That's all that matters, man. Is just letting perspective is all that matters. And what you can and can't control. Sick Trov Media. I think I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, apologies. I'm finally earning a pretty good living from video production, starting to believe it in as a career. That's fucking dope, dude. Congrats. Fuck yeah. The biggest thing is I wake up and feel fine, but I take everything personally throughout the day, which doesn't mix well with social media and whatnot sometimes, but working on it. Yeah, man, that's the hardest thing, is like really not building resentment throughout your day. I struggle with that a lot too, man. Completely know what you're talking about. And social media does not help at all with that thing. Yes, that is in my family as well, but no, been with me personally. A family history can be enough. Shit. I'd be very cautious. Where would you guys say to start researching that? I've been sober off weed and alcohol for about 4 months. Congrats, Dangles. It's fucking awesome. Cocaine for about 9 years. That's fucking huge. I was speaking with a therapist and was offered antidepressants. I said no, I didn't want to rely on anything. Well, good for you, man. If you feel like you can do it without them, hats off to you. Man, we all got to figure out other aspects of life. I'm fucking 36 and I live in an apartment alone. I can't even afford a car. Like, definitely, I got a lot to figure out in my life. Family history equates to personal history. Be careful. There's a reason docs ask if anything runs in your family. Good advice. Good advice. Have you ever made videos about how you film and edit videos? I would love to learn from you. I haven't, but I'd be open to it. I'd be fucking open to it. Kato, what's up? Effect, thank you. I appreciate that. They did legalize therapeutic use of shrooms in Oregon, which is good because I feel like they're like finally going to be able to like really study the effects of them. I got a ton of views on my last Instagram stories and it freaked me out. It took my profits down. It took your profits down. What do you mean? Hit the internet. There are plenty of studies there. Hit the forums, but it's not medically proven yet. I see where you're going. See where we're going with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Oh, my profile now. It freaked you out because you got a ton of views? Isn't that... So you don't want a bunch of views, or it just made you feel uncomfortable that there was a lot of people looking at your profile? I got Lux. Mook is incredible, though. Mook and Lux are both on my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore has not changed in like fucking like 10 years. Can you give me some advice on making time lapses for my paintings? You mean like filming time lapses? Are you gonna film them? How are you gonna do time lapses? Oh, like filming you making the paintings. Film it at 1 frame a second. Light it. Put your camera on a tripod and don't touch the camera. That's pretty much the best way to do it. If you could, the best way to do it, I don't know how you paint, but it would be really cool to like mount a camera above so it's pointed down, and then it's just your hands in the frame. But if you can't do that because you don't like to paint like this, if you like to paint on a canvas, like mount it behind you on a tripod. Oh God, Sean, yeah. Thesaurus versus Aspire. Yo, Aspire like wrote a whole round about how Thesaurus was a vampire. It was fire, man. Aspire's the man. I fuck with Aspire a lot. He's like one of the few people that has like great fucking passion in battle rap, and I really, really fucking like that about him. Any recommendations on camera? Get the Blackmagic Pocket camera. It's $1,000 and it looks as good as a Red. Looks as good as the camera I'm filming on right now. I use a Red to film a podcast. It makes no fucking sense. Yeah, the fucking golden era, man. Yeah, I miss watching battles, dude. I'm excited for Watch to come back. It's gonna be fun. I personally have been shooting since I was in elementary school. That's dope. What kind of camera do you use? I'm like debating buying an Alexa. I saw you and Kruger outside Summer Madness 8 in London. Would it have been cool if I come up and said hello, or you prefer people not to talk to you at events? KP, no, please come up and talk to me, man. I love meeting you guys. I mean, that's like, because I'm you. I'm a fan. Like, I'm not anybody, like, at all. I'm nobody fucking special. I love to talk about battle rap, and I know that, like, a lot of us don't have a lot of friends that watch battle rap. So when you're in an event where people all are around you and like battle rap, talk to people. I love when people come up and say, hey, like, hey, Avo. Like, I was at Nike the other day, and I got noticed, and somebody's like, Avo? And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? He's like, hey. And I was like, what's your name? His name was Orlando. And I didn't really know what to say because I'm fucking awkward. And I was like, I'm just in here wasting a ton of money because Nike is super fucking expensive. Yeah, man, that made my fucking day. Dude, so KP, if you see me at an event, like, you saying hi is probably going to make my day. So I fuck with that, man. Avocado with the red, that means my audio is the best. What was wrong with that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that line. That was the best. I use Sony. I want a red so bad. I've been shooting disposable film since then in my iPod Touch when it was a camera within a Canon, and I kept moving up. Hell yeah. We also use a Sony FS7 to film the battle events. And Dangles, appreciate the donation, my friend. Thank you. Means a lot. But yeah, guys, gonna end this out now. Appreciate everybody tuning in, everybody that gave me advice on microdosing. I'll be sure to pass that along. And yeah, fuck yeah, man. How do I like London? When I was there, I love London. I love the people. That's the thing that I love the most about London is the people there. Just like the British battle scene, I fucking love. I love the Bruv gang. Bruv gang's sick. Let's go. Supporting Nike is bad. Borderline child slavery. That's true. That's honestly true, Blue. You got me there. I struggle with that for sure. You're definitely right. I'm kind of trying to get my music out there with music vids on the tune. What to be the first steps you think I should take? I would say the first step is just film it, man, and put it out there, and don't have big expectations, which is going to be hard. If you guys want to, Russ, the musician, wrote a book. Go check it out if you're an aspiring musician and read it because it's really fucking good. And it's all about just persistence and not quitting. But thank you guys for tuning in. And much love to everybody out there. I'll probably be live tomorrow with Geechee Gotti on his channel. I'm helping him out with the No Studioing podcast. I forgot who he's going to have on, so tune into that live tomorrow. And then Watch is going to return. But yeah, love everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Ruin an hour. Peace and have a good night.